Hi everybody, it's PattyAnne here. Hang on just a second. I need a swig of my coffee, especially because I have a bad cold. Anyway, I've been talking to a few people on my Cricut design space with PattyAnne about how I've been making Moana and Maui, little characters for my twin grandbabies' play area because they love Moana. Anyway, I was telling people about how easy it is in Inkscape again to do the white outer border, and I tried to share this with them through my Facebook page, but I couldn't get it to work properly. So I wanted to show them how they can get the file that I just put on my Cricut Design Space with PattyAnne Facebook page. So if you'll notice over here on the left hand side, there's a place where it says Files. If you click on that and come down here, you'll see it says Moana with white for Cricut PNG. So when I click on that, it brings up the Moana that I worked on. And now remember, these are not for sale. They're Disney. We can't sell them. We can just use them for personal use, and that's what I'm doing. But anyway, then once you click on that, you can download it, and you'll save the file. And I'm saving it in my desktop as Moana with white for Cricut. Save. It already exists because I've been working on this, so I'm going to replace it. Then I'll close this, and then I'm going to open Cricut Design Space and do New. I want to replace, and I'm going to come here to upload because I want to upload that new picture. Okay, this is not it. This is one I practiced with. So I'm going to upload, browse. Remember, I saved it on my desktop. So my desktop, and it's Moana for Cricut with white for Cricut. Open. It says, wow, that's a large image. May take a moment. And that's okay, I know it's large. When I saved it in Inkscape, it was 20 inches tall. You're going to notice when it comes into Cricut, it's going to be taller than that, and I will adjust the size again to the size I want. I'm not sure why it does that when it goes from Inkscape to Cricut, but it's easily remedied. I'm going to save it as complex and continue. Okay, then it says to select and erase. If I have anything over here that I need to erase or do something to, I can. But I've already checked this and I know I don't need to. So I'm just going to say continue. Okay, there it is. It's coming in. I want to save it as a print and cut. If I just save it as a cut image, it will just cut out the silhouette. But I want it to print and cut. So I want this. Over here is the name of the image. And I can put some tags in here like Moana, maybe Disney, wall art for twins. Anyway, and then I can just save it. And it's going to take a moment or two to save. When it is there, and you'll probably see a couple of them because I've been messing around with this, but the most latest one is the one I'll work with. And I'm going to insert it into my Cricut Design Space. This is really a large image, so it is taking quite a bit of time. It should be just about done. There we go. So this is the one I just uploaded, and I'm going to insert it. Now, as I said, when I saved her in Inkscape, she was 20 inches tall. You're going to find when she comes into Cricut here, she'll be about, I think, 27 inches tall. So I don't really want her that big. I want her about 20. So I'm going to change that as soon as she gets here. There she is. Okay, so notice up here the height is 27.762. I just want it to be 20. And since this lock is locked, it will not only just change her height, but it will change her width proportionately as well. So I'm going to hit my enter key. Okay, now I know that I can't make this as it is because of the size that she is. It cannot be printed and cut like this, because watch, when I say make it, it's going to say, uh-oh, image is too large. At least one of your printable images is larger than the 6.75 times 9.25. So I can fix that though. I'm going to have to slice her up, and I believe I slice her into 3 pieces, but I'm not positive, so I'm going to double check. So let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is I came down here to shape, and I chose a square. Okay. There we go. And I want to make that square the exact size that I can print and cut. So I need to unlock this lock, and I'm going to make the width of this 9.25 and the height 6.75, and hit enter. Whoa, something is wrong. 6.75, 9.25. All right. So what I need to do is I need to shrink this down so we can see what's happening. And using this little button down here on the lower left. The other thing that I want to do is, so I can see more clearly where that white border is around her and make sure I'm getting it all, I'm going to change the color of this background canvas. And I can do that right over here on the lower right hand corner. Click, and I'm just going to make it any color. That's that color. So now you can easily see the background of her, that white that I want also to print and cut. Okay, as I said, I was going to make her 20 inches tall, but I figured that was not a good idea, because if you look up here at the width, it's 9.568. That is too wide for the amount that my Cricut can print and cut. It can only print and cut 9.25 wide. So I'm going to change this to 9.2. And I'll let the height change to whatever it will. I'll hit enter on my, there we go, on my keyboard. And now I have these. I'm going to bring one over here. And I have that box checked or selected. I'm going to hold down my shift key and select Moana. Then I'm going to hit slice. I don't need this piece, and I don't need this piece. But this is a piece that will be just the right size to print and cut. I'm going to try a second one. Bring this over here behind her. And I'll select the box, and I'll hold down my shift key and select Moana and hit slice. And again, I won't need these gray pieces. I need her body. I don't need that, and I don't need that. And now this last piece should just fit on one of these, hopefully perfectly. Oh my. Looks like it does. Let's see if I get it a little bigger. Wow, it just fits. So let's click on that, and shift and that, and slice. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure. I didn't really have to slice that since it fit, but I wanted to double check, so I did. So these pieces I don't need then. And I can reduce this and come back over here. And now she's ready to print and cut. So I'll go to make it. Excuse me. Each one of these is going to print and cut. First I'll do this one. I will go to continue. First I've got to send it to my printer. Okay, send it to my printer. And it's going to send it to the printer that you name right here. Mine happens to be the OfficeJet 5630 series. And it's going to print it. Now, when I get it printed out, I'm going to take the piece that looks just like this and put it on my mat exactly the same way. So in other words, I want this little hole, the hanging hole on my Cricut mat, to be at the top, and I want her head to be towards the right and her body to be towards the left. You must make sure that you put things on the mat exactly the way that they're shown here. So then if after this one is done, it'll have a check mark beside it saying it's done, and it will go on to this one. And I'll print and cut this. So I will want, and it will automatically send it to my printer. And after it's printed, again, I'm going to attach it to my Cricut mat with the hanging little hole at the top. Notice that her hands are on her waist, and that is towards the right hand side of the mat, and the bottom part of her skirt is to the left. I must make sure I orient it that way, and the same with these. And after they're all done and cut out, I can just tape them together on the back, and they're beautiful. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.